In this video, I want to show you how to raise invoices in Usawa. To raise an invoice with Usawa, click on Process, click on Invoice. You'll notice that on Usawa, you can raise quotation, you can raise sales order, you can raise sales challan, you can raise sales invoice, and you can also raise sales return, sales credit note, and recurring invoice. But in this video, we'll be raising a sales invoice. To raise a sales invoice, click on Create Invoice. You need to first select a customer. If the customer is not existing in your Usawa, you may need to first add the customer. So in this case, I'll be adding a business called Test Company. The company name is Test Company. And then you don't need to add all these other details, but one of the things you can also add is the email so that you can actually send the invoice to the customer. Now, Usawa allows you to raise both a contact as either a customer or a customer and a supply. Therefore, you can either sell and buy from the same customer. Because Usawa is also multi-currency, you can raise invoices in various currencies, and then you can raise in various currencies, but this is showing what is your default currency with that particular customer. Now you can put the address. It's better when you have the address will show up at the top of the invoice. So we're going to use an address 15 Samson Road, Lagos. And pick the state. It's important you pick the state, and then you save. Now, that done, the next thing you see that you have, and on the top of your invoice, you have a billing address and you have a shipping address. You can change the shipping address in case it's not the same place where the billing address is that the shipping address is. The shipping address basically means the location for delivery, which you can actually either change or edit it. I'm raising the invoice using today. By default, Usawa will give you 30 days payment term, which you can actually decide and say, no, your payment term is not 30 days. It may be just 5 days. That's your payment term. So I'm picking this as my payment term. By default, Usawa will also generate a sales invoice number for you. We advise that you do not change this, because most times when you change it, this particular number is used in a lot of places in the software. When you change it, it means you need to start changing those numbers in all those places. Now, Usawa also allows you to either give discounts. It can be a customer-wide discount, meaning that you have applied the discount to that customer, you're setting that customer up. You can be an item-wise discount. You can be discount based on both customer and an item-wise. But in this case, I want to pick manual discount in case I want to raise for the company. Now, if you are tracking your invoice based on various departments and all that, you can actually also create it in Usawa to track based on various departments. Now, you could also track your invoices based on project. To look at how project work in Usawa, go to our project video. And then you could actually raise this either, like I said, in either Naira or other currencies. By default, Usawa will create all your invoices exclusive of VAT as is required in Nigeria, but that does not mean you cannot toggle it to include VAT. So you could toggle here to include VAT. It means that the total figure will include VAT, but once you exclude VAT, it means that the figure will be excluded of VAT. We'll demonstrate that when we have raised an invoice. Now, if you are raising an invoice that relates to an item, you could easily pick on the item, and Usawa will help you put in the default fields that you must have chosen when you were creating the item. The warehouse, it also shows you the amount of the item still in the warehouse. So in this case, we want to sell two. We want to sell two at 2,000. The unit price can also be set at the point of creating that particular asset. Now, you can give a discount at this level. Let's say I want to give a 10% discount to this. If you notice the 10% discount I gave, you can see it's been shown up here. The discount at a discount of 400 naira, which is 10%. Now, in case I want to add other levels, I can actually add a new line. In this new line, I'm adding installation, because what I'm adding is a service, not a product. Installation, sorry about that. And I could pick all other revenue where this is going to. It can be to this warehouse or other warehouse. The unit price can be 24,000 for one, and you can see that the discount I did apply earlier is not relating to this other line. It only relates to this particular line. Now, note that I can also give discounts in total for all the items here. So if I come here and I give another discount to say I'm giving 10% here, you could see this is now being applied in the total value of the basket, while this discount is on the line that is being applied. Now note, you can also give discount in naira. So in case I want to give discount, say I want to give discount of 3,000 naira, it allows us to also give that discount. And then in case I want to round it up, for example, we can see here I have 0.1 and I don't want to have 0.1 because I know that there will be no money to do that. So let me see, 0.01. Yeah, it's been rounded up to the nearest as I wanted it to round it up. In case I wanted to even round up to 26,000, it means I will give it a round up figure of minus 455. Let's do that. 445.01. You can see it has rounded up. Now you can actually here add your shipping charges. In case you are shipping, you're helping them to ship our freight and all that. You can also add it to here. It's going to show up your other income in Usawa. Now, at the bottom here, by default, your bank account, you can select the bank account where you want the customer to pay. But if you do not select anyone, it's going to give the default bank account in your setup in the invoice that is being sent. Once you have confirmed everything is correct, save as approved. Now, when it's saved, you could see the document preview on the right side of your screen. You could do a lot of things. You could edit this particular invoice. You could also, if you don't edit, you could copy it. You could print, export it as PDF. You could print it. You could share it. You could email it. You could delete. You could attach it, files to it. And then if there's any payment that's made on it, this is where you see the payment history. You could create a note on it and you could actually download attachment to it. So this is how you make invoices in Usawa. If it is time to make payments, in the next video I'll be showing you how to make payments on invoices in Usawa.